Hello there, this is Revyoutoober, and I had a few things lined up for what I wanted to stream today, but big news, Anime Strike is, well, I don't know exactly all the specifics, but right now it's free for people that have Amazon Prime, whereas before you had to have Amazon Prime and still pay, was it like $5 a month to have that channel. Now, because of that, I wanted to go ahead and talk about Anime Strike while it still makes sense, because like most things, I have a different opinion of it than everybody else seems to. So, Anime Strike. I mean, I personally didn't use it. I have Amazon Prime, and I still didn't buy the Anime Strike channel that they have because I didn't really feel like paying an extra $5. Right now, I have streaming to Funimation, mostly because I wanted to see the new Lupin show and I wanted to see it dubbed. But I went from Crunchyroll to Funimation for that, and basically I'm going to rotate between different companies one at a time because I can just get my fill of anime, pause my subscription, go over to the other, and get my fill of anime there, go back and forth with whatever I want to watch at the time. I also have a Hulu membership. It's mostly because it's where I get my live TV from, and it happens to come with their regular streaming services too. So that gives me access to some different shows too. But anyways, I mean, there might have been a time where I wanted to go ahead and pay for Anime Strike, but it never really come to that. Now that it's open, I have gone ahead and started watching Made in Abyss. I might start watching Welcome to the Ballroom with my wife, but I wasn't a huge driving force of wanting to watch that right then and there, so I never ended up picking it up. Anyways, so I'd say 95% of the people I've talked to or read what they've said about Anime Strike, they're just full of outrage and in ways I don't really get. Well, I guess I might get or understand it, but I don't think it's well-directed anger. For example, I mean, like, I don't like it, but it is what it is. But anyways, I think people don't want to pay for it, but people pay for anime all other places. Crunchyroll is free, but other places such as Netflix, Funimation, Hulu, you have to have subscriptions to watch their anime. And at Crunchyroll, of course, you don't get the high definition, you don't get commercial free unless you're paying. Amazon Prime is just like that. You have to pay to get anime. I mean, I understand that you don't want to add yet another subscription, but I mean, I don't know why you get angry at Amazon, but not any of the other places, just because it's, I guess, last to the game. Doesn't make it worse. It's just the same. It's just been the last to the game. I mean, we don't have to have access to all the anime at all the time. We can do what I do, pick and choose which service I want to try it for a little bit, switch over. And people are saying it costs more. It costs $160. It'd be $100 for the subscription to Amazon Prime and $60 for the subscription to Anime Strike to watch, one show a week of their favorite show. But that's not exactly how it works. If you wanted to, you could wait till the show's over, buy a 1-month subscription to Amazon Prime, buy a 1-month subscription to Anime Strike, both of which I believe you could get quick free trials to, maybe a week free trial to both, and then marathon your anime, and then not close out the account, but cancel it, at least the subscription for the time. And if you were to do 1 month at a time, it'd be something like $11, $15. It's not really that bad. Understandably, though, another complaint I've seen is that Anime Strike's service isn't very good. The episodes don't come up regularly when they're supposed to. Sometimes they don't have subtitles. When I watched Made in Abyss, I was surprised to see that subtitles were optional. You could watch it without subtitles, but then you couldn't understand it unless you know Japanese. The subtitles are kind of weird. They're a black box with white in it instead of just integrating the letters onto the screen like most services do. So I had to turn on the subtitles, which is kind of weird, but really not too big of a deal. Besides that, I mean, the streaming worked fine for me. It was a nice picture. I was able to blow it up to full screen. That's a problem I've had with Funimation. I don't know if it's just me, because I don't seem to find anybody else who have the same problem, but with Funimation's streaming from their website, if I full screen it, the bar across the bottom that tells you, how much time is left, that stays up there and it's in the way, and it really, really annoys me. I can't get it to go away. But I didn't have any problem like that with Anime Strike. But something else you can also do, if there's a show you really, really like, if you love Made in Abyss, wait until it's out on DVD. Then you still don't have to pay for the streaming services. But, I mean, it's how business works. Amazon Prime has a bunch of different channels. You can buy these or subscribe to these channels for a little bit, although you have to already have to have Amazon Prime, and they make money off it that way. They also want to sell their Amazon Prime, so they're getting exclusive rights to anime, and the only way you can get it is by getting Amazon Prime. Again, that's how business works. I wouldn't vilify them for doing their business. That's how they make money, and that's what we all try to do, is make money. I mean, the more streaming services there are, the more potentially subscriptions you have to buy, but you really don't have to go through that, as I have explained before. I really don't think it's exploitive. I mean, it depends on how you define exploitive. If you're going to say that it's exploiting people who like anime by making them buy a subscription, so's every other service is exploitive. They're not different than every other streaming service, except for Crunchyroll, that gives you an option to watch for free, which I think is really, really cool. I approve of. I'd like to see more of that, but they're basically the only ones that do that. So I don't see how it's more exploitive, I guess, than other services. It is what it is. I feel like it's mostly just people are mad that they're not getting what they want for free or for the subscriptions that they already have. I understand. Again, I didn't get a subscription to it, so it's not like, I love it and I think that I should pay tons of money to watch all these different subscriptions. But it's not, everything isn't free. It isn't. I mean, before streaming, unless you wanted to do stuff illegally, you bought DVDs, and the DVDs were super high priced. We're not entitled to free anime wherever we want. We pay what is honestly a really small price, and we have access to tons of anime. And that's how it is. It really is. There's nothing wrong with that. All that being said, I'm glad it's gone for the same reasons everybody else is. I'm not dancing on its gravestone like some other people are, but I'm watching Made in Abyss, something I would have waited a while to do otherwise. And since I already have Prime membership. And I'm assuming it looks like they're not going to pick up new new licenses. I guess maybe after a while they're going to shut the channel down. I don't know how long their license is. And once it's expired, I'm assuming somebody will pick it up. But yeah, so I'm enjoying it now, and I guess that's all I really wanted to say. So leave me angry comments because I know you disagree, and keep watching. Thank you.